Kamala is desperate. She's so desperate that, as I said, she's actually going to go on Fox News. Now, that takes a lot out of Kamala because, she hates Fox News. But at least Fox, in her mind, I guess, isn't Newsmax. Right? I'll be on Newsmax tonight. I will be. Newsmax is great, but you see, she's really, really trepidatious of any of these conservative, quote unquote, conservative outlets. I think it'll be fine for her on Fox. I think that Brett will be extremely respectful to her. He's probably just, dancing through the hallways because he got this interview and he's really psyched about it. He's going to try and be tough. I guess I would just say that without having somebody there who really understands economic issues, he runs the risk of letting her off the hook, and she would, therefore benefit from having somebody like that, as opposed to a Maria or a Stu, or as I said, even Neil, who could at least challenge her on the economic stuff. But she knows she's got to do something, right? She knows she's got to do something because the handwriting is on the wall, not just at Polymarket, but even at CNN.
Right. So party ID nationally. You go to October, November of 2016, Democrats had a 3-point advantage. You go 4 years ago, Democrats had a 6-point advantage. Look at where we are today, Manu. Republicans with a 1-point advantage. A very different picture, very much mirroring what we see in the party registration numbers in those key battleground states, and Pennsylvania in particular.
And it actually just shows you, too, why Harris is doing what she's trying to do. She's trying to moderate a little bit on these issues, trying to reach those very voters because the party registration is changing, and the demographics of the voters are changing. And those are the people she needs to attract.
Absolutely. And the GOP leads by a point in party identification right now. The average when the Republican Party loses is the Democrats ahead by 8. When the Republican Party wins, the average party ID advantage for Democrats is 3. Republicans right now, Manu, are doing even better than the average when they win. If there's one little nugget that I think Republicans are really hopeful for, it's this party ID and this party registration data. It really points in a good direction for them and for Donald Trump.
Wow.
So these are the realities, right? These are the realities. Don Baca saying that, Brett Baier can still crush her on the non-economic stuff. I hope so. We'll see. We'll know more after we see the thing, and I'll give you my report tomorrow. But if I look at this right now, there's some trepidation out there. We talked about this yesterday in that people worry that there's going to be some editing. Brett Baier coming out on Twitter and saying, no. First of all, nobody's going to have the interview questions but me, and there's no risk of some fancy editing like you see over at CBS News, because we're going to make sure that this is all properly done and no editorial changes will be made regarding the questions and answers. But he does leave himself a little wiggle room saying, hey, you know what, we may have to edit some things for time. I just say, why can't you guys do it live? Really? I mean, I know the place. They can do it live. I mean, there could be some anchor that's going to squawk and say, no, you're not coming in my show because it's my time, and to which Fox can say, it's really not your time, it's the network's time, and we're going to have Brett do this because it's news value enough. Maybe there's some prestige with him trying to hoard it for his own show, but it just doesn't make sense to me if it's not live, because I think given the uncertainty out there and the trepidation out there, you want to have as much authenticity around this interview as you possibly can. If you are Kamala Harris, I mean, I don't know as Brett necessarily cares, but it would have been better to have done it live. It would have been better for her. It would have been better for him. It would have been better for the country. But we'll leave it at that. We'll see how it goes. And as I said, I'll weigh in with you tomorrow as to whether or not he was able to really challenge her enough on the big issues. To me, there's one big issue, and that would be the economy.